funny thing for you. In my life, I have never owned ₦1,000,000. That night, I couldn't sleep. I went to my fridge and pulled out a bottle of wine, poured myself a glass. ₦1,000,000. Wow. I am now a millionaire. Maybe I should send my mother some money since my siblings' school fees are already due, I thought to myself. Still confused, I kept walking back and forth to the corners of my room, thinking of how to manage this reality. What would Adam say if he finds out about this? Should I even tell him? I'd rather I keep it to myself till I figure out what is really happening. Besides, whenever I ask him for money, he doesn't give me anything. And in his usual words, you have all you need in the house. What do you even really need cash for? Telling him about this would be a very big mistake. He would tell me to return it, and I am not ready to let go of this huge sum of money. I need to get a little more from where this came from. Still confused, I struggled to go to bed that night, not knowing what to expect the next morning. I woke up the next morning with a banging headache. I could faintly remember the conversation my father-in-law and I had last night. I checked my phone to see if the money was real. There it was, ₦1,000,000. So I wasn't dreaming after all, I said to myself. I got out of bed and dragged myself downstairs for breakfast. I hope the maids made the scrambled eggs I asked for. That was what I was thinking of when I saw my mother-in-law sitting on the dining table having breakfast. I was startled because she was supposed to get back the next weekend. Or did someone tell her what is going on? Did my father-in-law set me up? As I was thinking of why she returned early from her trip and if I was in trouble, she interrupted my thought process saying, "Tina dear, are you okay?" I immediately put myself together. Mommy, when did you get back? I hope everything is okay, I said to her. My dear, everything is fine, oh. My friend called me to tell me that one of my sales girls have been stealing from me. So I rushed back to keep an eye on my business. Oh, okay, ma, welcome, I said to her as I let out a sigh of relief and sat down opposite her. Breakfast was bread and scrambled eggs like I wanted. I wasn't really hungry, but I needed to eat something because my stomach was hurting from too much wine I had last night. As I was about to have my first bite, my father-in-law walked into the dining room with a big smile on his face. I immediately became uncomfortable because after last night, I did not know what to expect. I looked at him, but he looked away. Did he not mean what he said last night? Or was he just pretending? I thought to myself. Well, I am not going to return the money, Sha. He kissed his wife on the cheek and sat down next to her. My mother-in-law, who was all smiley, chatted with me for a bit and asked what I would be doing for the rest of the day. I told her nothing as I was trying to settle into the new environment. "Do you want to come to the plaza with me?" she asked. And before I could respond, I felt a foot on my leg, and when I looked up, my father-in-law gave me a weird look. What was he trying to tell me? I ignored him and immediately responded to my mother-in-law's question. "Yes, ma, I will follow you." After breakfast, the maid offered to help take care of my plate. But I told her not to worry as I did not want to be in that space any longer. So I stood up, carried my plate and headed to the kitchen. As I was washing it, I felt a tickle on my waist that startled me, and when I looked up, it was my father-in-law again. I gasped, partially angry. Daddy, what if the maids see us or mommy walks in? How do you think this will look to them now? Don't worry, nothing will happen. Ninu Ilemi, in my house? He laughed, then asked if I had thought about what he said the night before. I became quiet and continued to stare at him. He laughed again and said, "Don't worry, you will come around." He tapped me on the bum and strode out of the kitchen. At this point, I did not know what to think of anymore. Why was he so carefree? So, he was really serious about yesterday. If he is serious, then I am in serious trouble, I said to myself. I went upstairs to get ready to follow, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell So when I post the next episode, you'll be among the first to watch. Thank you and remain blessed.